Well, we're still cruising around in northern Arizona.
Which is just fun.
Fun. We went there for the Southwest Reaganal NMRA Convention in Flagstaff and just spent a little bit of time exploring the region.
Right.
And what better to explore than the Grand Canyon?
Oh, yep, there's a lot to explore there.
It was one of the major selling points for the convention is, hey, we're at Flagstaff, which is pretty much right there at the Grand Canyon. Moreover, you can ride the Grand Canyon Railroad.
Which is a lot of fun.
From Williams out to the canyon, which we did as part of the convention.
No matter which vestibule I hang out of, I get water in my face.
So after the convention, we decided to ride back out to the Grand Canyon again.
Well, there's so much to see there.
Oh, there is. But the one thing I wanted to do, and you did too, was stay at the El Tovar.
This is that great model railroad at Williams with this wonderful model of the El Tovar Hotel and Restaurant. But it's been on the bucket list for some time.
Oh, it has.
We've been wanting to stay in El Tovar. And while we were signing up for the convention, I checked just to see if we could get a room here.
And there was one left?
Well, there was a cancellation for a little like 400 square foot room in the basement.
Oh, hey.
For $450.
But it's still the El Tovar, right?
It's the El Tovar. So, of course, we said, yes, we will do that. The El Tovar has been placed on the National Historic Register of Historic Places and so on and so forth. It was put on the registry in 1987.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad when they do that.
But it's a very old building. They started building it in 1901, opened it in 1905, long before this was a national park, long before there were national parks.
Right.
And this was the architect, Charles Whittlesey, and he was the architect for the Santa Fe Railroad.
Oh, neat.
And since this building was built by and owned by the Santa Fe Railroad, well, he was the one to design it. And then it was operated by Fred Harvey with the Harvey House Restaurants. He had a deal with the Santa Fe Railroad to operate all of their hotels and restaurants along the Santa Fe. So, of course, they turned operation of the hotel over to him. He was probably best known for the Harvey House Restaurants.
Right.
And the young girls, the young ladies that he would hire to work in these places, and they lived right in the facilities. They called them the Harvey Girls.
That's interesting.
And so, yeah, they had dormitories out here at the Grand Canyon for the Harvey Girls to live and work right in the hotel at El Tovar.
Wow.
Anyway, still in operation to this day and really hasn't changed much.
No, it hasn't.
If you look at the old pictures, it's exactly the way it's always been. And I stand amazed thinking of all of the people who've passed through this entrance over 115 years.
Right, now us.
Now us. But it's just, it's another one of these beautiful turn-of-the-century resort hotels. Now, there was a small snafu.
Oh?
Well, when we got there, our little room in the basement, and without going into all of the various details, there was a screw-up with the reservation, and they were trying to make that right.
And they did.
And they did. They said, well, we'll give you the manager's suite.
Yes, I was a little bit nervous. The manager's suite?
The manager's suite. It's like, okay, same price, right? They said, yeah, the same price as the basement, only this ain't the basement.
Man, what have you?
What? It's this suite of rooms where presidents and billionaires have stayed, and holy cow.
And here we were.
And here we were in the manager's suite instead of in the basement.
Right. That's the stuff they make movies out of.
Yeah, how many times?
How many times has that happened in a movie? It's like, oh, hey, let's make it right. We'll put you in the manager's suite.
We'll put you in the, yeah, and here we were.
Oh, man.
With a view of the Grand Canyon from
Yes.
the nicest suite of rooms in the hotel.
So why not dine at the Harvey House Restaurant?
Yeah. We tried to get dinner reservations, but we did have breakfast.
We did.
And that was even better.
Oh, it was. Look at that view. There's a view out of every window. Have you noticed?
And the food was pretty nice, too.
Oh, I was satisfied.
Boy, talk about living the high life circa 1905.
Right.
It was just absolutely amazing. But the view.
Yes.
That just, I mean, how many restaurants have this view?
Not many, but this one does.
Now, as we mentioned, the hotel has been host to presidents and very important people. But probably the best known of those was Teddy Roosevelt.
Isn't that something? He's been to quite a few hotels.
Well, it's kind of fun because as president, and especially after president, he coined the expression conservative politics, meaning that he simply wanted to conserve the land.
Right.
And he was instrumental in getting the hotel built, and so he had his own private dining room in the Harvey House Restaurant.
That's neat.
And they've preserved it so you can go in here and see Teddy Roosevelt's private dining room.
That is cool.
Now in the lobby there are two moose. And these are the only moose that have ever frequented the Grand Canyon. They are not native to the Grand Canyon, although a lot of people seem to think they are because they mistake the elk for moose. But no, these are the only two moose that have ever been here. And Teddy Roosevelt shot them somewhere, brought them here, gave them to Fred Harvey and said, well, just hang them on the wall in the lobby.
Oh.
So these were gifts to Fred Harvey and the hotel by Theodore Roosevelt.
Right.
Now, Charles Whittlesey moved on to other things, and Mary Coulter took over his position as the architect for the Santa Fe Railroad, and so she's the one that finished the South Rim Village here, the Grand Canyon Village. So all of the other architecture here at the South Rim, including Hopi House, was designed by Mary Coulter.
That's neat.
And this was her first structure here, and it's just outside the El Tovar Hotel. And this was the art gallery. And she built it to look like a Hopi Pueblo. And the people who ran it, the Native Americans who ran the art gallery, lived in here.
Oh, neat.
So the top floor was residences for the Native Americans who lived and worked right here in the Hopi House. And it's still an art gallery.
Oh, it's wonderful on the inside. I could live in it.
And over the subsequent 100 years, other structures have been built here, and the Grand Canyon Village has been expanded.
Right.
So it's a really fun place to visit and great, great history.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, a fun addition to our little trip here to the Southwest Regional NMRA Convention.
Right.
And we will still be covering some of what we did there in subsequent shows. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe by clicking on the upcoming blue button. Zoink! Right there, the blue button. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring, and we will see you here next Sunday.
Right.
We'll see ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.